set. And then we are. Oh, shit. Hold on. I forgot to set up my shit here.
No problem. I'm
Yeah.
glad I'm not the only one being sloppy today.
All right. Folks, if you're just tuning in, I'm looking for my shit. And people are like, where? What? Okay, here we go.
You got it? Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I got the shit. The mixtape's going in.
You need the sound effect afterwards.
Yeah, it is right there. And then everybody dance. Bring your Arizona. Or
Now, I would like to introduce the one, the only, me.
alrighty, squiddies. It's Dre with Tattoo Squid Podcast here with Carrie from Dick Tales Podcast. Yes, you are right. It's the word dick and tails in there. Okay. So, she just came from the floaty trip, which is a float on the water. The float trip. I call it the floaty trip. But we call it, on the float, and you have beer, and you got all the stuff, and you're having a good time, and make sure you don't capsize. And
We didn't flip a single raft the whole time, so we were
no
good.
flippies, no flippies on the trippies. No,
Not-
no. So, alrighty, folks. So, Dick Tales is, no, it's not a story about dicks. Well, it could be. I don't know.
A lot of times it is. A
Oh,
lot of
okay.
times
See, how
it
you
is.
go. Yeah. We've been corrected, folks. The squiddies have been corrected. But just how are you doing? I know you had the whole weekend thing going on, and you're just simmering down, I guess.
Yeah, I'm great. Went away for a little 3-day weekend. Got to go to the beach a couple times. Got to float. Got drunk with my family. It was a great time.
And then hanging out with a squid. There you go.
How
Yeah.
was it? Yeah.
But yeah, we call it. So basically, with the show, like we were talking about before, and everything else, and we were just talking about like Funko Pops, and before we started, and drinks and all that, that they have non-alcohol kind of like thing. Well, non-alcohol. I mean, they used to have old doodles.
Right. They still have
Right.
duels, but now you can get like your regular brand, like Budweiser or Bud Select. You can get like a Bud Zero, which is supposedly non-alcohol, no carbs,
Yeah.
no fun. But I mean, if you're just in it for the taste, I guess it's there for you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this is gonna be because I seen, and the reason why I said it because I'm like, I seen the commercial. There was a commercial for Heineken. They had a Heineken that was like no alcohol, whatever. But in the commercial, there was like everybody's in the bar. They're like, yeah, and they got their bottles, and then here's a guy with like a glass of orange juice, and he's like, um,
Feels left out.
yeah. So then the bartender's like, and fucking slides, and he goes, oh, hey, he's like, I'm in.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I feel a lot better. If I can get that, and I can be able to sit in the living room while my girlfriend, not my wife, my girlfriend is like, drinking wine, and I can just have the beer bottle. I'm like, now I feel better.
You feel excluded, not drinking
Yeah,
alcohol or fake
yeah.
alcohol, you feel excluded.
Yeah, I mean, well, not even that, because I mean, I would love to, because the doctors were saying, oh, well, you can't do that because your heart's gonna, gonna
Oh,
go.
good choice then, it sounds like. You made the right
Yeah.
choice.
Well, I think I had to because it was like a couple of days. I went to go see the doctor. I think before my birthday, like maybe a year or two before, and I was, they were just checking out something, and I'm like, yeah. So my birthday's like in a couple of days. Can I like not take this medication so I can have some fun? And they're like, the alcohol is what got you in trouble in the first place.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, all right. So other than that, we caught everything was fine. Now a couple, but then I think the doctor I seen was more. He was thinking he's doing the right thing, but then another doctor's like, well, you could have just lost weight, and then you didn't have to go and do all the stuff that he told you to do.
Right.
So he had me go into the
Can you do
hospital.
that though? Could you still just, or you like, do you need to? Where are you at? Can you lose weight and then drink a little bit of alcohol?
No, no, I mean, we caught, now I don't even feel like doing it. It's not like I had that urge like I used to do. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I need to get more beer. Even
Hmm.
when you finish like the 12 pack an hour ago, I gotta get more. You know,
Yeah, well, once you're drink, that's my problem is I'm like, I'm down, let's go out and have a drink or two drinks, and that turns into 7, 8 drinks. But
yeah,
and as long as we don't go to shots, once we go to shots, the night should have been over a couple hours ago. And I'm probably gonna be dead tomorrow. Like I had a great time tonight. I'm gonna be dead tomorrow.
You gotta see Larry Miller, a comedian. His name is Larry Miller, and he does a great joke about drinking.
Okay.
And it starts off where he's like a conservative uh, comedian. He has like the tie suit on. He's
Mhm.
like, "Hello, how are you?"
Very GQ.
Yeah, very GQ, but he's like
Okay.
losing hair up top and all that. But he looks like the guy that like works in a cubicle, but he knows everything about everything. You
Yeah.
know?
Or he thinks he does anyway.
Yeah. So, but he's been in a bunch of movies like Necessary Roughness, a couple of other like B movies as it is, and he's really funny. So he starts off where he goes, "Well, we all are out, we go drinking, but you're in that job. It's a 9 to 5 job, and blah blah blah, and." And
Yes. We drink our pain away,
yeah.
100%.
But no, you just go there because you have to be in the next day. So you're like, oh, I'm just gonna have 2 beers with the guys, and that's it. I'll go home, sleep, and I only have 8 hours still left to go until I have to go to work. And then
Right.
then all of a sudden you have those 2 beers turned into like 6 or 7. It's 10 o'clock at night, and you like that guy at the end of the bar, so you buy him a drink, and then he gets the
Right.
whole thing, and then he goes,
Then you're buying rounds of shots for everybody.
yeah, then he goes, oh, here comes the shots. And then he goes, and then it's midnight. And guess who's bartending? The devil. And he just goes on. Now the devil's on your shoulder. He's
Yeah.
telling you what to do. And
It's so true. It's like I go out with the best of intentions, but I mean, drunk Carrie is a different person. I don't know her and I can't control her. Like,
yeah, that's what I had. I'm like, listen, I
version
don't
of
know
me
if I'm
that I really am. I can't, I have nothing to do with that bitch. But
I said it to my wife. I'm like, I'm going out with the guys. Like, are you going to be home on time? I'm like, there's going to be alcohol involved. I don't even know what time I'm going to get home. I might have
right.
to call you. And then she goes, all right. And I didn't call. And then she's like, are you going to be home? And I'm like, I thought I was home. Oh, I'm at somebody else's house.
I thought I was home. Well,
No,
that's
but there was a story about that one too. My birthday, I was like, I went to
wait,
one bar.
which birthday is this? How old were you?
It was my birthday, and I was, oh my God, what was it? I think I was turning 27.
Okay, let's go. I got a birthday story after this, but I want to hear
Oh,
yours.
okay.
Okay.
So I go to this one bar. Like my friend's a bartender. He's gone everywhere. I always followed him to every bar that he bartends at. So I went to this one place, walked in there. My friends knew what time I was getting there, so they lined up like 8 shots of Jägermeister, and
Ugh, no.
I'm like, can I have a beer first? I'm like,
Right.
fuck. And then I had the beer, then I had all 8 going by down, and I'm like, all
Right.
right,
All eight were for you?
yeah,
Oh, okay. So
yeah. So they
sounds
all
like
8
my
was for
30th
me,
birthday. Yeah,
and
this
then
sounds like my 30th birthday already.
but then my bartender friend was like, he goes, you never really drink. I'm like, I did when I went camping. He goes, that's what now that was like my bread and butter, and kept me warm at night. And I was like, and that was it.
Yeah, you were out.
Yeah, I was like, I was having love with the Jägermeister. That was it. No, but anyway,
Ugh,
so
Jaeger's not my thing. Maybe Jaeger bombs, but still, even then, it's not my thing.
we call that's like it's you have medicine like NyQuil. That's what it was for me. It was like it was medicine for me.
Yeah, sleepy time.
So
I got you.
so then I go and we drink and everything else. My friend shows up. And then we go and have a good time. And then I just like abruptly left with my friend to, and it was late though. Everybody was having a good time. I'm like, oh, I need to get home because I didn't know if I was gonna have money for a cab.
Sure.
So then my friend's like, listen, I'll bring you down to the area, and we'll go to this old bar that's across the street from your street that you live on. And I'm like, all right, then I get to walk home. And I'm like, all right, not a problem. So his car, his passenger side car did not fucking open.
Hmm.
So he's like, all right, you're going to have to jump through the window. And I'm like, well, you're going to have to roll down the window first.
How
And
do
he
you
goes,
get in the car?
huh?
So it opens, the passenger door opens from the outside, but not the inside.
No, he can't open it at all.
So how did you get in?
No, he got in the driver's side. I got in through the window.
Okay.
So he rolled down the window. I went in head first like the Dukes of Hazzard.
Very smooth.
So now my feet are hanging out. And then he's going down this, major highway, and it's supposed to be 55. Now my face is where your feet are supposed to be.
So at no point you're not trying to flip yourself around. You're not trying to maneuver out of this. You're like, this is my life now. I'm fucking. This is where I'm at in life.
You know, I was comfortable.
Okay.
You know, that was it. You know, I'm like, listen, I got air in my feet.
Wasted.
I got air in my feet, you know, because it was sweaty from all the drinking and all. I got air going through, and I'm like, I'm good. I'm surprised we didn't get pulled over. And he's like, what's the speed limit? I'm like, 55. You know, because we're, you know, that's why you can hear the muffle of my voice.
Your face is in the floor mat.
Yeah,
Right?
like, it's like, oh, there's a cigarette butt that you didn't look for. You know, there you go. You know, and so, and all of a sudden he goes, I think I'm going 90. I'm like, okay, you're going 90, all right. So we get to the place. I get out of the car. I fall out of the car. The bartender at the bar sees me and goes,
That asshole's not coming inside.
Before
No
we
way.
even got into the bar, he just like, it's a small bar too. So, and I've been there numerous times. The guy knows me. And all of a sudden I'm like, listen, it's my birthday. Can I get just one beer and a Jägermeister and I'm done? And he goes, listen, I'll give you the beer. I'll give you 2 Jägermeisters and I'll drink with you. But then, yeah, then you leave. And I'm like, all right. So I went. And my friend left already. He just fucking went. And then
dropped your ass off?
Yeah, he pretty much just dropped me off and that was it. So I just fend for myself. And I'm like, went down the street. And I walked down the street and I'm like, every house kind of looks like my house. Because they're all built pretty much the same way.
Sure.
So I'm looking, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm home. I'm like, okay. I'm like, this, I can't get in the doorway. And I'm like, shit. I'm like banging on the door. And all of a sudden I see these dogs run around outside in a fenced area. I'm like, when do we get a fence?
You're like, who the fuck's dogs are these?
Yeah. I'm like, why is our dogs outside? And I'm like, oh shit, I'm at the wrong house. Oh, okay. I did this to like 5 or 6 houses going all the way
You did
down.
not.
Yeah.
You that far before you found your own damn house?
Yeah. But until we called my friend that lives like 3 houses down, I knocked on his. He goes, you live there. Just go home and sleep it off.
Right.
He goes, you did this last time. I'm like, but I was at my house and I walked down to his house to get him and I banged down the door. But, you know, he kind of like, but then I got in and everything was fine. And I remember that, but I don't remember going into the apartment upstairs where my wife was at.
Okay.
So I was kind of scared.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't remember it. And then all of a sudden, that fateful morning that you wake up and you're like, oh, God. You know, folks, you had this done before.
Or like you're already dead.
Yeah, you're like, your head feels like it's split open and it's oozing out of the back. And you get downstairs and your father-in-law's cooking eggs and bacon and you're like, all right, I am kind of hungry, but I feel nauseous.
Right.
I'm
Can't
like,
eat any of this shit.
Yeah, I'm like, let me get some coffee and smoke my cigarette. And then I'm like, I should be fine. And all of a sudden, here comes my wife coming downstairs and she goes, so, you know what you did last night?
Oh, that's
Like-
the worst. Especially when you don't know. You're like, I really fucking
I'm like,
don't.
I don't want to know. But
Yeah.
okay.
That's my rule. If I don't remember, I don't need to fucking hear about it.
No,
Like,
but I said she's going to tell me anyway. She's full Italian. She's Italian.
What?
She's going to tell me. She's Italian. She's
oh,
going to
she's
tell
gonna
me.
tell you. You're gonna hear about it
Yeah,
anyway.
you're going to hear it anyway. So I'm like, okay, all right, fine, just tell me. And then all of a sudden, my father was like, I want to hear about this.
Yeah,
And then
let me sit down.
he sat down, got his coffee, and he went, okay, go ahead. You know, and I'm like,
Go
all
ahead,
right,
disappoint me. That's what he's thinking. Go ahead, disappoint me.
yeah. I'm like, and I smoked my cigarette, and I'm like, okay, hold on, go. And she goes, well, you got to the room, and you closed the door, you look like you were about to fucking punch somebody. She goes, I got scared a minute there, but then you went over to the bed, and I kind of like laid on the bed, like face up.
Okay.
And she got worried that I was going to throw up and then choke on.
Vomit. Yeah, gotta roll you over.
What I never really do, I'm like, usually I'll throw up like during the process of drinking, so that way I can make room to have more. You know? So, I know, folks, that sounds disgusting, but when you have gas and you go and lay it out, then you're like, I'm revived. It's like when how people
you're
burp.
rallying.
Yeah, people burp, you exhale we call it the bad demons, and then you insert more demons. You know? So I go, and then she said that I lay there, she tried to roll me on my side. I fell off the bed.
Oh, shit.
And my face was, this is like my night table right here.
Okay.
And my whole chin is resting there. and that was it. I'm
Leave it
draped.
on your chin.
Yeah, I'm draped
Oh,
like
God.
this, and all of a sudden I'm like, I couldn't move, and then she's like, "Give me your leg." I'm like, I'm gonna sleep right here.
No, you know what? I'm pretty comfortable.
Yeah, that's what she said. She
Pretty
goes, "You
comfortable.
said you're gonna sleep right there," so she got me on the bed, and took my clothes off, which is great. I'm like, all right, fine. And she goes, "Yeah, but you got up and went to the bathroom." I'm like, "I did." I'm like, "Did I flush?" And she goes, "Yeah, you did. You washed your hands too." I'm like,
Well,
and
did
folks, I
we-
do wash my hands. I'm just saying that surprisingly, when you're drunk, you still wash your hands, and
Yeah,
you
I
don't
didn't like that
remember
you
it.
got as surprised by it. You should wash your hands.
Yeah, no, I mean you should do it, but I mean it was just like, at the time when you're drinking and you don't remember shit, that's what happened, and then I'm like, and I wash my hands. I'm like, what the fuck? So, and I'm like, and that was it. And she goes, yeah, that was it. I'm like, huh, okay, can I have the eggs? And that was it. So there's another story at that, but I'm gonna let you go for your story, and then I'll
Okay.
piggyback off
Yeah,
of it.
honestly, unfortunately, I have way too many stories, but
Also,
since we started with birthday, I'll go with my 30th birthday. I'm May 27th. So typically it's right around Memorial Day. It's often on Memorial Day weekend.
yeah,
So I have friends in town. We're like, my birthday was maybe on Monday. We're like, let's go out all fucking weekend. Hang on, I have to sneeze. Or maybe not. Okay, sorry. It felt like it. We're like, let's go out all weekend. So that Friday, we went hiking during the day. We get a whole group of people. We go to the Mexican restaurant. And margaritas are my shit. So we have probably 3 pitchers. There's like 15 of us. We have like 3 pitchers of frozen strawberry margarita. People are drinking beer. People are drinking regular margaritas. Well, the waiter realizes it's my birthday. And I don't go there anymore, but I used to frequent this Mexican restaurant. I went there all the time. We got drunk there. He hooked us up. So he starts bringing me tequila shots, but he brings me double shots every time. And he brings me 7 of them, like just one after the other, after the other. And mind you, I'm already easily 5 margaritas in. I'm very dedicated to this night. So he starts bringing me shots until I am completely trashed, absolutely wasted. And I was like, please do not bring me any more shots. Like I can't do it. I live 2 blocks away, but I'm like, I can't do it. So he stops. I think he sat on my lap at one point. I don't know. Like things were getting weird with this Mexican waiter. But then I try to get everyone to go out and do karaoke. Like, come on. So my sister's like, no way. Like she's way too wasted to do karaoke. So don't worry about it. We'll just tell her that's where we're going, but we're going to take her home. So I invite everybody back to my house, which we hang out, we're drinking, we're smoking, whatever. You walk into, it's my old house, it's a duplex. You walk in and there are steps directly in front of you to the 2nd floor. Yeah. And it's even an L-shaped landing. So it's the bathroom, my niece's room, my room in the back. I made it to the top of the landing and that's as far as I got. And I don't remember any of this, but unfortunately there are videos of me laying on the landing and like half on the top step, people playing like bongos on my boobs. Trying to get me up. I'm not getting up. They're like fucking with me. They're drawing on me, whatever. So I wake up the next morning and I had a massage scheduled with my best friend who is in town. And she comes in and she's here, we got a massage in like 45 minutes. Like, fuck. Okay, what time is it? She tells me, I'm like, all right, let me go to the bathroom. I get up and I'm like, cool, I am dressed. Like I'm not wearing the clothes I was wearing last night, but I am wearing clothes and I don't have any random person in my bed. So I'm feeling okay about my decisions. Well, I'm walking down the hallway and I step in something wet in front of the bathroom door, decide, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to keep on going because it's carpet. So I walk in and my shower curtain is gone. My shower curtain has been ripped down and it's in my shower, in the tub. Every single bottle of shampoo, conditioner, bullshit, also in the tub. There was a little hand towel holder like on the back of the bathroom door. Yeah. Hand towel on it. That was ripped off the door in the tub. And I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. So I go to the bathroom. I try to hang up my shower curtain and it is now hanging in a V. Like it's tilted. The whole rod is crooked. So it hangs like that. And I can't put the hand towel rack back up. So I'm like, what the fuck? And I go outside. I'm like, what was that? And my friend's like, that was you, girl. Like you were drunk. You crawled your way into the bathroom when you finally went to the bathroom. I'm guessing I tried to like use that thing to help pull me up, pulled it off, went down. I don't know. I think, there are pictures of me also sleeping in the tub on top of all of this stuff. which is great.
Yeah.
And then when I go back out to clean up whatever wet on my carpet, evidently I peed my pants in the hallway in front of the bathroom door on my 30th birthday. So I feel like that beats your story, but and that was the start, honestly. So my sister had an awesome house with a big ass pool. So we did pool party all weekend long, and it was just drunken pool party. It was great. It was a great weekend. Unfortunately, it did start with me peeing my pants in my own hallway and then not knowing.
Because usually, like, the stories I have is usually stories about, like, that's the one where mostly it happened with me. But then I had one where my wife was, I forgot what it was. I don't know if we were, like, getting engaged, and then because this is what I always do. I always, because when I met my wife at one point, that we went out one day, and I knew that was a person. You can tell. It's like, even though it's the first day, and I know that people say, well, you don't really go and try to do anything stupid on the first date.
No, but sometimes you meet somebody and it just fucking clicks. Yeah. And I agree with, like, you lean into that. Like, if you meet somebody for whatever reason, you're like, wow, you and I have something. See what goes.
Because we're talking about different things like cartoons, and like mine was like Dungeons and Dragons, and hers were the Smurfs, and she goes, oh my god, that whole thing where I go down there trying to watch the Smurfs, my brother's like watching Dungeons and Dragons, and we fight, and I was like, okay. So then the second date, we go, and I'm like, we should just go and get married, and then she goes, wait, let's wait until we're 60,
Okay, honestly. So how did you guys meet each other? Were you like friends first? How'd you meet her?
It was the restaurant bar that I was mentioning before. Like, my friend, the bartender, he was at the restaurant bar. Oh, and I walked in with my friends here and there, and then he knew her from a previous area of a bar scene or something, and she would come down and see him with her friends, and he was like the Cupid, I guess. So he was like, I think these two would go good. And
well, thank God she had your friend's recommendation, because I will tell you, this is the woman you're still with. This is your current girlfriend?
No. We call it. She's the one. My girlfriend wife was the one that passed away with cancer a couple of years ago. So
I'm sorry.
So yeah, it was like 13. No, now it's probably like 18 years ago or something like that. So.
But a girl that you were super into, you proposed to her on the second date?
Like, going to propose. I didn't say I was going to propose, but I'm like, we just go and get married. Yeah, we just go and get married, And
she gave you a third date?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's wild to me. Because I would just be like, you know what, guy? I'm out. Like, it's been real, but I'm out.
No, but I think, and I found out from... Yeah, but I found out from friends of mine that she was, like, really into me and everything else, and, so... And then it's to that point, and they knew my friend Kathy was, like... She was like my, everybody has like a wingman or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
She was like my wing person, so every time I would go out with somebody, and even if it was like a one night thing and figuring there's going to be something else and all that, she goes, I don't know about her. I don't know about this one. I don't know about that one. But then when she met,
would you listen to her, or would you be like, no?
I do, because we know each other since grade school. So it's like that friend that we grew up even going to high school and everything else. So we drank together, so we all know each other pretty well. And she knows like what my standards are and what I like. And she's like, well, you like anything that walks, but she
very low standards.
Yeah, I mean, no, but she sees her like she's the kind of person that can keep you on the right track. You're not going to swerve away, and she's going to keep you centered.
I get that.
Yeah, she's going to center you. Yeah.
So, and that's good that you have a friend that knows that. Like, I know me personally, I'm a fucking mess. I can date a mess, but you have to have it together more than I do. Like, just a little bit, because I know that I will be dragging us down in some ways just because I'm a little bit of a disaster. So I need you to help me keep my shit together.
Yeah. Well, that's what she did.
You need a woman to help you keep your shit together. I need a man that's going to help me keep my shit together.
Yeah. It's like, to the point where she did like all the bills and everything else. So I had like a at the time, and then, well, I'm fast forwarding everything, but so that was like the second date, and then the third date we were hanging out, and I'm like, you know what, I'm sorry about that whole thing. You know, I just really like you, and this and that. She goes, I
Yeah.
really like you too. So then it's like, well, let's just take it easy, and date, and, you know, and see when we get to 60, then we'll get married. So prior to that, we call it not prior. I mean, going fast forward from that, my brother got engaged, and now he's 2 years younger than me, so he got
Okay.
married first, and all of a sudden we went down there and, you know, went to the house, and then, you know, he's like, hey, we're engaged, yeah. And then
Showing
it
off.
was, you know, so like that, blah blah blah. And then me and my girlfriend wife, we went to the diner to get something to eat, and then she's like, so where's my ring? And I'm like, you said we'll get married until we're 60. And she goes, a girl can change their mind.
Well, and to be fair to her, you did ask her on the second date. Like
Yeah, I
you,
know. No, I know,
I
but
you know how lucky you are that you came out afterwards and you got to see her again. That's a
yeah,
little crazy.
yeah, and but then I went to my friend knew somebody that had engagement rings. Now this is not even getting into the story I was going to tell about the drinking thing, but we're getting into that.
Sure.
So I gave, you know, my friend's like, oh, I know this place that has engagement rings and everything else, so you don't really have to spend a lot of money. I'm like, okay.
Okay. Little
So
side hustle.
yeah, but then you know, we go and we you know, basically, like, we would go and help friends move, you know. So we know these friends for a long time. If they were moving, we help them move. And then there's like other friends, we help them move and all that. So I had a plan where I'm like, okay, how about this? We'll go Sunday, but I'll tell her that I'm helping, you know, George move, you
Sure.
know. So then she's like, she'll believe that, and we'll go and get the thing and everything else, and I'll come back. He's like, all right, cool. And I told him, I'm like, listen, I'm gonna go help Key. You know, I'm gonna help George move and everything else, and it should be a couple hours or whatever. So and she's like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna go to sleep, and, you know,
Yeah.
just let me know. And we're at that time we were living together. So then all of a sudden we go and get the engagement ring, pay for the engagement ring, got the whole thing, and I did what I said to a point what I was gonna do. I was gonna be out for a couple hours. So I got the engagement ring. We hung out for like 8 or 9 hours. I went home. It's dark, and she's still asleep.
Okay.
I get home, and I'm like, I'm down on one knee next to the bed. She wakes up, and I'm
So
like,
you proposed right then as soon as you got the ring?
yeah. As soon as I got the ring, I asked her because she, you know, was like sleeping. It's like a Sleeping Beauty kind of thing, like a Snow White kind of like
Okay.
waking out of like
Got
a
this whole fairy tale vibe going in your head.
somewhat, yeah. It just felt like that, yeah. And all of a sudden, but she knew I would give her some kind of like necklace or a ring, or, you know, usually that was the kind of thing. And she liked rings and necklaces and all that. And then I gave her the box, and she goes, oh, and she opens it up, and I'm like, oh, would you marry me? And she goes, wait, what? What?
You didn't realize you were down on one knee?
No, and then I told her, I'm like, I'm down on one knee, and she
Like,
goes, what?
hello.
And then like full Italian, boom, the back of the head, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, is that a yes? And she
Right.
goes, yeah, you fucking idiot. You know. So
Why
she,
are you a fucking idiot? Because you waited so long?
no. I think it's just like because she would figure that once she slapped me in the back of the head, that would mean that it's a yes. That was her thing, and I'm like, all right. So then, but I did the old-fashioned way of Now, folks, if you can do this, some people don't even do this anymore. You go to the father and ask the hand for marriage
A
from
lot
the
of people
father.
don't do that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't do that. I'm like old school. I wanted to go and do it old school. I wanted because, you know, I wanted to get his permission, you know, and everything else. And then I did, and
How
he's
long were
like,
you together at this point?
6 years.
Okay, so it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's
Way
been a long
more,
time. Yeah,
way
way a
more
long
dates.
time. To the point where
Okay.
my father-in-law looked at it, he goes, I was waiting for you to say something.
Yeah. Like, it's about damn time,
Yeah,
is what he was
that's
fucking
exactly what he said. He goes, it's about
saying.
fucking time, you know.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
we got the whole thing, and we're about to get married, and then she got sick. But
Mhm.
I'm gonna, like, you know, stop there for a minute. We're going into the whole drinking thing because there's a funny story about it.
Okay.
This after after my whole ordeal of me, you know, where I got drunk and she told me like, hey, you want to hear what you did? You know, so we had like a barbecue. We always have a barbecue outside. We invite friends over. We had a great time. She would like to go and have drinks first and then eat later. So she was drinking wine and then she had a little black house like shots here and there, and then she'll eat because her brother was a chef, so he made this big fucking plate of everything,
Okay.
like like salmon and lobster and the whole spiel kind of thing.
Right.
So we go, and then she's eating. She ate after she drank a whole bunch of shit. All of a sudden, after my friend comes out, and she's like, "It's like Dre, you need to come upstairs." And I'm like, "Oh, I'll be up there in a minute." She needs help. And it's like, "Yeah, it's cleanup time."
Right now. Oh
You know,
shit. That
yeah.
sucks.
And I'm like, "Oh no, what happened?" So now I'm gonna paint a picture for you guys here that she has like one of those turtleneck, half like sleeveless, like camisole kind of like
Okay.
thing. So it's a turtleneck. She's sitting in this chair, and she was drinking red wine, so it looked like she got cut in the neck,
Oh no.
and red was
Blood
going right down the
straight
shirt.
out. Oh no.
So then in my mind now, I'm a horror person, and I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, holy shit, fucking Dracula, you know.
Like this is actually a great shot right now. This looks great.
I'm like, oh no, what happened? And then it's like two movies. Like I'm thinking Bram Stoker's Dracula because of the whole red wine going down, and then she
Sure.
goes, and she's sitting like this, and she goes, just don't go in there.
Oh no.
And I'm like,
Like unfortunately,
okay.
babe, I have to.
I'm like, okay. And then my friend Michelle's like, yeah, you ever seen the movie Daddy Daycare
Yes.
with Eddie Murphy and
Right.
Cuban Gooding Jr.? I think, I don't know what it was, but he gets to this part where the kid comes out of the bathroom, shuts the door, and then looks at him, and he's like, I did it myself, and then walks away. And then he just
Damn it.
looks at him like this and went, huh. And then opens up the door, looks, and goes, and shocked. And that's
Well,
how
up
I
is the
felt.
worst part.
That's what I felt like when I walked into the bathroom.
Oh
And
no.
what went through my mind when I seen this, who the hell shot somebody with an Uzi? Because, like I said, she was drinking red wine.
Oh, so like blood everywhere.
It was redness
Did she miss the
everywhere.
toilet completely?
Huh?
Did she missed the toilet completely?
Oh no, she was there, but she went like 4 times because she was drinking Black House on top of the wine and didn't eat until afterwards. So she mixed up a lot of stuff, and all of a sudden I'm like, okay. So then all of a sudden she just pushed me to the side, and then she like, I gotta go again.
Oh
And then
no.
she did again. I'm trying to hold her hair, so it won't get like stuff on it,
Good for you. You have to hold your girl's hair.
Yeah, I'm like, guys, don't, it's like, oh, she can do it herself. No, you gotta help out, because then you make sure that you're not gonna get kicked in the ass the next fucking day because you didn't help.
Right, you're not going to get punished for it for not helping.
Yeah, you're like, you're an asshole. You didn't do shit.
Well,
And then,
dude, it takes a special person to take care of someone who is throwing up, and especially if it's like from drinking. It's
Yeah.
one thing if you're sick, you have the flu, whatever. But if you're out drinking and you're just fucking wasted, the people that deal with you and take care of you, they deserve like some real recognition.
yeah, and so she helped me prior to when I got home from my birthday thing. So
Right.
I'm like, at least this I can be able to help out. And then, so then I tried to pick her up. So I reached around, and all I heard was this sound going, and I'm like, what the fuck was that?
What does that mean?
I think that what it meant was like, if I do that again, she's gonna go more.
It's gonna explode. You better be careful.
So now we have 3 dogs at our apartment. So we had a Rottweiler, a German Shepherd mix, and a Bichon Poodle mix.
Okay.
And they're all laying down. They're all pooped. Yeah, they're like, fuck it. We're in the air condition. We're good. So she's crawling to the bed, and she's petting every dog on the way over. She's like, hey, Bruno, how you doing?
She's happy to come across him. It's
Yeah, it's like, hey, cool,
away.
how you doing? And they're like, huh? Yeah, that was it. And then it's like, Scampy, you son of a bitch, move. And that was her dog, so she was cursing them out. And then she lays in bed. I put the like a bucket right there, because she's gonna puke at least, right there.
Yeah.
I went downstairs, cleaned everything up, blah 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 blah. So then the next day, I had a hangover. So I'm like, all right, cool. I get down there, and then the next morning I'm smoking a cigarette. I'm having my coffee. All of a sudden, here she comes, going, "Oh my god,
Worst hangover of her life.
yeah." She's like, "What the fuck did I do?" And I'm like, "Funny you should say that."
Yeah. Like, let me tell you, I've been waiting for a moment to tell you what you fucking did.
Yeah, like, you know what you did last night? She goes, "Oh, I don't want to fucking
God, I
know."
hate it.
I'm like,
No,
I'm gonna tell you anyway.
you don't want to know. You don't want to know. So
I'm like,
one of my worst hangovers was in October. I got stuck working late. I work at a law firm. I got stuck working late with my boss, and it was on a Friday night. We worked until a little after 10. Around 6:30, he's like, "You want a drink?" I'm like, "Fuck yes, I do." And so he made me some kind of like bourbon and Coke or whatever, and that it sucked. I don't drink bourbon, but I drink it. Around 8, I made another drink. So like, this is bullshit that we're still here. I'm making another drink. And then at the end, we planned to, when we went out, he's like, "We'll have one, let's go out for a drink when we're finally fucking done," because it's been such a long night. So we go across the street to the bar, and I go up there. I was like, "We're doing a shot is the first thing we're doing. Are you doing one with me?" He said, "Yes." So we got a double Deep Eddies lemon. So double shot of vodka, basically. We both do that. I order a Deep Eddies. I remember ordering maybe one more drink. I don't really know. The details got very fuzzy, but I do know. So at some point, I'm in the bathroom. This is very fuzzy, but I will admit, I'm pretty sure I threw up all over this bathroom of this bar, like all over the stall I was in instead of actually in it. I have very vague memories of it, and I don't really want to look too closely.
You and bathrooms have a love-hate relationship.
Yeah, it's not great. So that's the thing. I've never been the drunk girl in the bathroom. I have helped many a wasted woman in the bathroom and been like, "Girl, let me help you. You need a friend." I needed a friend that night. So thankfully there were 2 girls that were there that were like, "Okay, Mom, you're a fucking mess. Let me help you," which they did. And I just kept being like, "No, I'm fine. My friend's upstairs. Like, I'm just going to go talk to my friend." Well, he fucking left me. So and I will say to his credit, he called me twice and sent me multiple texts that I didn't answer. I can't tell you again. I don't know why drunk Carrie does the things that she does. So I don't know why I didn't answer him, but I didn't. So he thought I left him. And he left, but my bag was still sitting at our table. So whatever, he fucking left. They put me in an Uber. Thank God. These 2 girls that I did not know Ubered me from downtown St. Louis to my small little fucking town, 40 minutes away in Illinois. It was like a $70 Uber ride. They paid for it. I get home and I have no memory of the ride. Get home, cannot get in the front door to save my fucking life. So like, whatever. So I pop the screen out of my front window, push the window up, do like a somersault into my living room window, and just go to bed, leaving it wide open.
Yeah.
I wake up the next morning, and my first thought, because I had to fucking work. I had a second job at this point in time, so I had to be at work at 7:30 in the morning. But I wake up completely wasted. My first thought is I was definitely using the wrong key last night. Like I could have gotten in that door had I tried a little bit harder. But then my car is in downtown St. Louis. Like I had to call someone to give me a ride to go to fucking work and then to pick up my car later. And I was still drunk when I got to work. Like I was shit faced.
Yeah.
I talked to my boss later and he's like, "Don't you remember that couple we were talking to? Blah, blah, blah. He's in the military. She's a whatever." I'm like, "No, I have no idea. I have no fucking idea. I just got so shitty ass drunk." And then it was with your boss too, which is even worse. You know what I mean? Like you're not even going to hear about it from a best friend. You're going to hear about it from someone that you see at work on Tuesday morning, and it sucks.
Hey, here's some Alka-Seltzer.
Yes. Oh God.
How do you feel? A lot better now,
I feel like I'm dying. Thank you. But I'll tell you right now, I've learned, although maybe I drink too much because I have too many hangovers, I know how to power through. I've learned how to power through, and that is a important quality, I will say.
Yeah, because I did I think my first when I was like 21, when I was like 23-ish, I guess. Because I started drinking when I was like 19, but my part-time friend would not disclose that information. He goes, "No, I didn't serve you at 19, I swear." You did. You just didn't went back.
Into it.
Yeah, he'll go like, I'll have like the beer or whatever, and he'd be like, and he'll put like a thing of Coca-Cola right there,
Right.
when the cops would raid the bar. But I'm not gonna
That's
say
never
what bar.
happened. I've never had the bar raided when I was there.
Oh, it was funny because the bar wasn't known for drug or anything. It wasn't anything like crazy, and it wasn't like known for that kind of thing. But there was like very mischievous kind of people that would come in like off the street and then just do stuff in the bathroom and then walk back out. So
Okay.
it wasn't like a bar where it's like oh you had to pay to get in. You get in and the bouncer knows you. Okay, go ahead. Just be careful.
You're
Whatever.
on the list or you're not.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Me, I'm like I always walk in there. I'm like this. They call me ET. So and the
ET?
story about that.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Well, no, because it's not really a. Basically, the bartender was working there. My favorite bartender. I always walk, follow him around everywhere. We we go play on a. I played on the pool team and I played on a dart team. So in a lot of places you don't do that now. I mean there is like certain states have that, but nowadays you don't see like a pool team going to different bars playing pool leagues and everything else.
We have that with darts around here, but not
Yeah,
really, not so much pool.
yeah. I mean darts day we had that too, but I mean now you do have darts more and more, and there is a dart thing. I want to get pop darts, and that's a cool fucking game. But anyway,
Pop darts?
yeah. Pop darts are like suction cup darts, but you could play them anywhere.
Okay.
So you
That's
can like,
actually a great idea.
yeah,
And
they
I'm
sell
fucking
them.
terrible at darts, so I'll play and get the board a little like 60% of the time. Otherwise, I have an errant dart just flying out. So I need something with suction cups instead of the pointy end. Like
Yeah, no, but
it's
this
not
one,
gonna do
I'll
that.
tell you in a little bit about that one. So basically, we're following around. We get back to home, which is the bar, the home base bar, and
Right.
he's telling the bartender, he's like, listen, give me like 18. He goes, you want a drink? Okay, fine. Like 18 guzzlers, where they're basically like those little half-shaped kind of like glasses with
Okay.
the stem bottom,
Sure.
and you pour like a little bit of
Martini
rum.
glass?
No, no, not martini glass. No, it's a more like the half like kind of like a little brandy kind of thing, but it had the stem
It still has
bottom.
a stem? Weird. Okay, got it.
Yeah, so it had like a stem bottom, and then you just pour like rum, like a Castillo rum and Coke or whatever, or Diet Coke, whatever's your preference, and then you just down it like a shot. So then we all did that, and I'm like, what about us? And me and my friend Lance were like, he's like, well, you're not part of the group yet. And all of a sudden, after he looks at me, he goes, all right, come over here. And he looks at all these girls. He goes, all right, everybody, look at him, face, neck, ET. And all of a sudden, but I had a skin when I was younger. I had such a skinny neck, and I was like maybe 150 pounds soaking wet.
Okay.
At 22, 23 years old.
He called you out in front of all these girls and was like, look at my friend ET right here.
Yeah,
Like, he really called you out?
yeah, but then my
Yeah.
nickname stuck. It
Yeah.
just stuck. It was a nickname. It was a bar nickname. It was a lot better than the one that this other guy got, which his name was called Gary the Gay.
Gary the Geck?
Gary the Gay.
The gay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because he had. Now, folks, you probably don't remember this, but back in the day, in the late '80s, early '90s, there were these pants, and these pants were called Cavaricci pants. So,
Are
and
they Cavaricci?
Cavariccis.
Okay. No idea what
And
that is.
basically, there are like dress pants, but they have the overlapping seams in the crotch area, kind of
Okay,
thing.
I'm looking them up.
Yeah, yeah. Because I'm gonna look it up too because I forgot how they really fucking look like.
Honestly, I'm struggling to figure out how to spell it. Ooh, I
I
got
know.
it. I got one.
Cavaricci.
So I see a couple different things though. Like the second picture is like MC Hammer pants. That's not what you're talking about, right?
No, no, it's more like. Wait a minute.
Like I have these khakis that have weird straps on them.
Yeah, kind of like that.
That.
Yeah, something like that. But then, hold on.
Yeah, this
Oh,
makes me
wait.
uncomfortable. Like it's one strap around either leg. What do you need that for?
Wait. Hold on. Let me save this and then copy image. Hold on. I'm gonna try to send you through this Zoom link.
That look right?
Somewhat. Hold on. Let me Where the fuck are you? Oh, shit. A little technical difficulties here, folks. Hold on.
All good.
Yeah. Ah, I won't fucking do it. You motherfucker. Anyway. Alright, maybe I can find it on here on my phone. Hopefully it didn't shut off yet.
Yeah, mine was about to. I had to plug it in when we first started.
I forgot to put mine on charge. Cava. Everybody's looking like, what the fuck? We know what Cavaricci
You
is
don't
on.
know. I don't know. I'm sorry to all of
No,
your
I know.
for the
Oh, here
delay.
we go.
Yeah, a lot of these
Yep.
that are short, they're fucking weird. They're like MC Hammer type pants, and these ones. Okay, look at this shit. It's MC Hammer plus the 80s denim and the weird buttons. Do you see that?
Yeah, that's the one.
That's what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's the one I'm
Well,
talking
that
about.
is fucking weird. Okay.
That's the one, yeah. So he had like those kind of pants, but a little bit more tighter. He had the dress, like disco fucking shirt kind of thing, and he had his hair greased back.
Yeah, you're like, get the fuck out of here,
Yeah,
Aladdin.
and he'd be like, "Hey, what's going on?" And it'd be unbuttoned like halfway, so you see like chest hair.
All the chest hair. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a G move.
So his was Gary the Gay, mine was ET. Mine was a lot better. So and I didn't dress that way as it is, and so it just stuck for like years. And then now he's like,
So were you
uh,
introduced to people as ET all the time?
like pretty much, even my bartender friend, he didn't know what my real name was
Yeah.
for a long time since I got married. Then he knew what the name was.
There was a
Because-
guy that I knew in high school and college, and I only knew him as Shrek, like forever. He was Shrek, and he asked me out one day, and I'm like, I don't even know what your real name is, dude. Like, I don't know if this is the right thing for us. And he kind of looked like Shrek too, which was
But it was just funny with the way they. And I'm not saying I have I'm not even gonna say I have a reputation or anything, but when they call you ET, they always figured, okay, is your finger just like ET? And I'm like,
the first thought goes to the finger.
that's what they said, but they were mostly like drunk half the time. So when they said
Right.
it, so I'm like, no, but other parts could be, but no, but that was like, but that was like when I was younger, and I'm like, yeah, but it was like one of those like things where stuff happens and you play in a pool team, you play on a dart team, and you're just like flirting with everybody. So and they're like, oh, your name is ET, and then all of a sudden I see my name being on, like when you play in a pool team and you're going against somebody, like, oh, ET versus Eric Martian. I'm like,
Yeah. So it gets to
Or-
the point that everyone knows you as ET.
yeah, and then ET versus the Bull, and I'm like, what the fuck is this, the Bull? I'm
Do
like,
they
what the
still
fuck?
call you that?
My friend does every once in a while when I walk in there, and then all of a sudden everybody just looked at me and goes, yeah, he's a little bit bigger than an ET now.
Like,
Yeah.
trust me, it used to make sense. That's what's better when people can't tell why you have the nickname.
Yeah, and then he explains it, and he goes, "Well, that's like years ago. Now he's older and he's taller and all that. He's not that small fucking guy or skinny fucking guy." And I'm like, "Yeah, but still, it's cool, And then there was another time where I walked in this bar where my friend was working at a different bar, and the guy that owned the place was funny because I walked in, and then the owner just looked at me and goes, "All rise." And like I was a judge or something.
All right.
Yeah, all rise. And there's people that just got up for some fucking reason. And I'm like, the fuck is this shit? And my friend looks at me. He goes, the fuck? I'm like, I don't know. I just walked in. The fuck you want me to
Like,
say?
I don't know, but I'm going to need you to address me as Your Honor
Yeah.
from now on. Thank you.
Yeah, but then every time I walk in there, and then I have a friend that is now a referee for wrestling, but it's called the Kaiju Big Battle. So
Okay.
people that don't know what Kaiju Big Battle is, it's basically
that?
wrestling. Huh? Oh, you don't know? Okay,
Yeah,
so
I have no idea.
So wrestling, it's a wrestling match, but it's more of a, like, wrestlers would dress up like different things, like a hamburger or French fries or Godzilla, or even the ring. They got, the ring would make look like a city, and then they'll just like fight and then fall on top of these inflatable looking cities, and then the referee's like, "You're gone," and it's
Hamburger versus Godzilla. Yeah, we knew who was going to win that. What is this called again?
Kaiju Big Battle,
Okay.
or just Kaiju. You look up Kaiju and it shows you every kind of Oh right. She's like she's gonna look for it now.
I might.
But it's very fun. It's they have like a and they like if you ever seen WWE or like wrestling on TV lately or anything.
Yes.
Okay, so
Unfortunately, I am forced to watch a lot of wrestling with a friend of mine. So
okay, so you know who Vince McMahon is.
yeah, oh hell yeah.
So he would come out and then instigate some kind of chicanery going on. But then he would be in part of the matches. So in Kaiju, there is a guy called the Cube Head, where there's a guy who has a cube head, on his head, and then
The rest of his body.
yeah, the rest of the body, the body we have a suit, and he has a cube head, and then with a big like smiley face or grin or whatever, going, and he was like the one that made everything.
Like Japanese thing.
It's somewhat like a Japanese thing. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So it's somewhat like that, and that's where it comes about to being like he's the announcer or boss that's like so like evil, but it's a cube,
It's
so
cube head.
yeah, a cube head. So yeah, this is gonna be a good fucking episode. But yeah, folks, if you don't know, if you haven't seen it, or you just been on it for a rock, that's what I do. I do episode art for every episode that I do, and and it comes out. So,
I've seen some of it on Twitter. You actually do a really good job.
I never really photoshopped that much. I dabbled it when I got tattooed, and I just tried to see if I can put something together, and I never can really figure it out. But now on my phone, I found something, and I kind of like. I found my calling, I guess. I don't know.
That's awesome.
So it's like, like the latest one I did for like Space Castle, and I just uploaded it actually, just like maybe probably like an hour ago or something.
Okay.
So it was basically at that point we were talking about Frankenhooker, the shit monster from the Kevin Smith movie Dogma.
Okay.
There was a movie called Out Cold, which is like a late 80s, maybe early 90s movie.
It's a comedy?
It's a comedy. It had Galifianakis, the guy with the big beard. He was in the Hangover.
He's in an 80s or 90s movie?
Like it's like a early 90s movie, I think. Yeah.
That's crazy though. I haven't seen him in anything before The Hangover.
Yeah, he was in one of those. And then there was a guy that was in Dazed and Confused.
Okay.
I forgot what his real fucking name is, but
What was the character?
he had like one of those that seashell fucking necklace, that we had like back in the 80s.
Ben Affleck?
No, that wasn't Ben Affleck. It was the guy that would hang out with Matthew McConaughey and
his name
he's
was
like the quarterback.
Pink.
Yeah, it was he was like the quarterback of the team.
Yeah, I know. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so
Jeremy Lloyd or something.
yeah, so he was in the movie as well.
Okay.
He was in the movie, and there was a Playboy Playmate that was in the movie as well, and she was on the mechanical bull, obviously. So
Obviously, you're painting a great picture for us of this movie.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's basically a bar at a ski resort kind of like town where everybody knows everybody. Mm-hmm. And they always have a great time, and every time they get drunk and they go in a bar, because pretty much it's like a theme in the show right now, so which is drinking.
At least this episode.
Yeah, this episode is drinking, and Out Cold is basically somebody gets drunk, which is Galifianakis. He's like passed out drunk, and his brother, which is called Pigpen for some reason. I don't know why.
Pigpen, okay.
Yeah. So he's like, he
what
just
looks dude. Can you imagine, like, if you were introduced to girls as Pigpen? It's like, you're not getting laid tonight.
No, that's what it was. It was like, and I guess the girl that the Playboy Playmate, she wanted to get back at her. She's supposed to be German or whatever, and she's like, "Oh, I'm the stepdaughter." No, like sweet or whatever.
That was a great German accent, by the way.
I don't know if that's German or not, so I don't know because it could have been Swedish or whatever. I don't know.
Right.
But whatever accent that I just did, that was like that, but it sounded like it. I don't know what it is.
Very creepy is what I'll just throw that out there. It was a little bit creepy.
Okay, so I'm the creepy guy again, Larry. So. Anyway, so she's like, I'm the stepdaughter, and so she wanted to get back at the stepfather, So then she went and had sex with the guy that he would not even think that she would.
Wait, I'm sorry. Are we talking about porn? Are we switched to reviewing a porn?
No. It's like I wish it was.
Now,
But
I'm the stepdaughter. That just got maybe that's just where my mind went.
No, but yeah, when you figure a Playboy like a Penthouse or Playboy Playmate being in a movie, it would be something like that. Yeah.
Right.
But Lee Majors, the $6 Million Man, was in the movie.
Oh, sweet.
So it's like a multitude of different actors in there, and
it was a legit movie.
Yeah, it's a legit movie, and it's a really fun movie. It's something that you're like, holy shit, I never knew that this person was in this movie. Like you said about Galifianakis.
Oh yeah, I had no idea Zach Galifianakis was in anything before The Hangover.
Yeah, it was very entertaining. So every time he would get drunk, they would put him in situations. Like they'll have the car, they put everybody in the car, and they had the townspeople push the car that's on the icy road, and they'll go around in a circle like this.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden they're like, okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh my God! Oh, we're spinning! And the guy would be in the driver's seat going,
trying to figure it out.
And they slow down, and they're all laughing, and we're like, what? And he grabs his brother's hand, and goes, pang, pang, headbutts him in the, and then he got passed out drunk again, and they set him in the woods, and they put some, I don't know what kind of food it is, but a polar bear was like licking his lower area, and he's like, oh.
That's a little terrifying.
Yeah, it's terrifying. So he was terrified. And then he got drunk. Huh?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to change subjects. I was going to say, have you ever, like with your friends, did you ever have a rule, like if you passed out while you were drinking, that they could draw on you? Or it's like, at my friends, it was like pass out with your shoes on. Then you were fair game, whether someone draws on you, writes on you, steals something from you. Did you have that?
When you talked about got drunk and then they write on your face, that I remember that whole thing of myself.
But was it like, for us, it was if you pass out with your shoes on, that's how you know it's a pass out and not falling asleep, because you're still wearing your shoes. So you're obviously a mess.
No, it was more like, well, let's pick on Dre Day. Every time I was going to drink, they come after me. So I got suction cupped, like the darts.
Yes.
The one guy's like, hey, it's party time. Boom. And it landed right on my fucking forehead. And I was passed out. And I just sat there. And there's 2 guys like handcuffed, and it was just like...
We had a guy got his eyebrow shaved off. I'll tell you right now, I would kick somebody's ass if they ever shaved my eyebrow off when I was drinking.
I did. I passed out. I was sleeping in the guest room, like on the floor. And I remember something happening, and they painted my whole face like dick, dork, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I woke up the next morning, and I went to the bathroom, and I looked in the mirror, and my friend and his sister was sleeping in like 2 separate beds in one room. Sure. And I kicked the door down, and I'm like, look what they did in my face. He goes, dude, and he started laughing, and he goes, just go to sleep. I'm like, no, I had to get home. Now I got to rub this shit off my face. And I was getting all fucking disturbed and everything, perturbed.
So so the most recent story, I was in Iowa visiting my friend maybe like a year and a half ago or something, 2 years ago. And we were out drinking all day. We played some game at her house that night. I don't know if it was some drinking game like Buzzed or whatever that makes you drink or do different things. And so she drew on my face. I had a sun on my face and highlighter, and I had something written across my forehead. Well, this was the night before I left.
Yeah.
Woke up the next day, got ready, whatever, packed. Drove halfway home, and I stopped at a Subway, like somewhere, like she lives about 8 hours away from me. So somewhere about in the middle, I stopped to get food, ordered my food. I'm like, can I go use your bathroom? And when I went in, I realized I still had all that highlighter on my face. So I had like a big sun right here, and I had something written like over my eyebrow, something stupid, whether it's bitch or something else. Didn't even realize. I'm like, well, that's fucking great. So glad I'm like 6 hours into my day like this. Also, when I was like 14, my brother got married in Virginia, one of my older brothers. And so we were all out there I have 4 brothers. So 3 of them were old enough to drink at that point. And they went to the bachelor party. They went out all night. people got wild, and they wrote on one of my brother's faces with marker, and he could not get it off the next morning. The next morning was the wedding. So he's scrubbing his face. My sister-in-law was losing her mind. She was so fucking pissed at everybody for this because he had dicks drawn on his face. I mean, he had all kinds of shit going on.
Oh my God.
And, yeah, he got it off in time for the wedding, but it was dicey for a second.
Dicey dicks.
Dicey dicks, exactly. Nobody wants that.
No. Especially when you go into a wedding and all that.
Yeah.
Dicks on a wedding. But so the pop darts that we were talking about before.
Yeah, you got shot in the head with one.
No. But this is the game. The game I was telling you about. So there was a game called Pop Darts where you could play this anywhere. So you can, like the certain company that has it, you can get like the cornhole kind of like ramp.
Okay.
But it has the basic, like dart, kind of like, oh, here's the center, here's an L row, and here's an L row. And you put that and you just toss it and then, see how far you get to the scoreboard.
But it's on the ground like cornhole is?
Well, yeah, the cornhole thing, you could do like an outside thing, and then you could play the same thing indoors, but like on your table.
Okay.
So you can clear the table. They got this little like orange thing, which is like pretty much the center, and you put it anywhere on the table, and basically you just throw it to see how close, excuse me, that you can get to that orange thing.
Basically like a bullseye.
Yeah, like a bullseye. But if you come it's almost like horseshoes almost, but in a dart way. So you throw it. If you get close enough, you get like 7 points. If you're on it, or if you're on the top part, you get 10 points from sticking on the thing. And then if it sticks on it, then you get 10 points automatically.
Right.
But if you get close enough, it's like 8 points or 7. And
I love all kinds of yard games like this. Like my family is big on shit like this, whether it's dangle ball, cornhole.
Yeah.
I mean, we're always playing something.
But then with this one, you can play
Volleyball.
indoors too. So if you're drinking, like say indoors when it's like snowing out, you can just go and then have a great time and all that. So that's
Right.
what I was going to get it like this weekend, but my money's a little diminished, so I might have to wait until next weekend.
Oh, I feel you there. You gotta wait till payday.
Yeah.
I saw somebody. We were going down the river yesterday on the float trip, and there were at one of the beaches. There were people parked out with they had tents, like an actual full-on tent put up, which was like that's a great plan for a beach, for kind of a safe zone or a little bit of shade. And they had 2 ping pong tables. They had like not dangle ball. I'm sorry. What the fuck am I saying? Why can't I think of what it's called when you're throwing you have the cups, like the red Solo cups on either end.
Oh,
Ping pong balls. Why can I not think of what this game is called?
Beer pong.
Yes, thank you. What a fucking embarrassment. They were playing beer pong in the river, which I thought was awesome. Like, what a great setup here. We do that or like Flippy Cup.
Oh yeah, the Flippy Cup. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually. I just seen something where you can do the cornhole thing in a pool.
Interesting.
Yeah, because you're in the pool and they got this thing that floats and you just toss it in, it goes right in and pretty much right in the water or whatever. So I'm like,
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. But so what is Dick Tales now? Let's get into that here, the nitty gritty of
Okay. Dick Tales is basically a show about dating. It's about being on the apps, the struggle of fucking dating in your 30s and trying to find someone that you can actually stand long enough to want to be around. But it's funny. It started out me and a really good friend of mine. He's kind of dropped off, so it's just me with different guests every week talking about sex, dating. We do this Ask Dick Tales segment, so you can send your questions, whether it's about me or something you want to know from my guests, or if you're having relationship problems and you want our advice, we will gladly give you advice. It's a lot of fun. Dick Tales is fun. I think too many people shy away from talking about sex. They're nervous about it, or you don't want to be seen a certain way, or you feel uncomfortable. And I don't think there should be any shyness.
Yeah.
Put it out there. It's okay to be a sexual person and to want to talk about it.
There was times I was a sexual deviant at one point.
A sexual deviant?
Yeah,
What made you a sexual deviant?
No, I mean I was into the whole thing. I love porn. I like this, with a girlfriend, we just go and do whatever, in the car. You're like, fuck it, we'll do it in the car. Hey, let's go. Hey, like we're in the motel room. Fuck it,
Right.
we'll do it there. Hey, we're in the corner of the bar. Okay, let's do it there too. No, but it was just like back when the younger days. Now it's like I'm just surprised I could be able to get out of bed without having something crack. Yeah.
You're just glad to have sex in general. You don't need
Yeah,
a
I mean,
wild.
like, I just lay there and just like, all right, go ahead, do it.
What guy wants to just lay there and let her do all the work? Come
No, no,
on.
but I do work too. But then there's times where I've noticed myself like running out of breath, and I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck's wrong with me? So like I don't know, maybe
Exercise, enough to have the crazy sex, right?
yeah. Basically, it's just like
Same shape.
it's like I wouldn't go for um the torture sex as they some people are like into like the like oh the clasping of nipples and
Yeah,
tied up and all that. I mean, yeah, the tied up part, okay, fine. The handcuffs, okay, I can do that too. But
right.
I
We
don't.
have a limit.
Yeah, I don't know if I can be able to do like the whips and the paddles and um ball
Yeah.
gags or whatever. So I
So
don't know.
ball gags are a lot. I'll give you that one. I think it just depends on your partner and what you guys are comfortable with. Like
Yeah,
it's okay to explore each other's kinks and then be like, hey, you know what? That was not for me. Like we did that. We don't have to do that again. You know what
yeah,
I mean? But yeah, that's pretty much what Dick Tales is. It's us talking about sex and dating and what a struggle it can be. So you said you're in a relationship, right?
yeah. So we
How long
we
have you guys been
actually met.
together?
Well, how long?
Yeah.
We were together. I think we're about now 4 years now.
Oh wow, okay.
So, but we met on a dating app since you're talking about
Did
apps.
you really? What
Yeah,
app?
so plenty of fish.
Plenty of fish. That's old school.
Yeah, so we went. I tried and I didn't really think of apps because I didn't even think that was a thing. So when I moved,
You don't want to find somebody on an app. You know what I mean? Like I would so much rather be out somewhere and meet someone, have a genuine connection. Like we feel like something is there.
yeah,
I'd much rather meet organically like that. But these days it is all on the app,
yeah,
unfortunately.
pretty much. Because I'm like I said, when I moved back to Long Island. I was living in Pennsylvania, and then all of a sudden I got this job, and I'm like working, and I was talking to this kid, and we're just like trying to see how we are as like working together and everything else. And I'm pretty much good with everybody. But he's like, so what's going on? It's like, you know, got a girlfriend or you're married. I'm like, was, and she passed away. And it's like, oh, so what? You're not gonna go back into the dating pool? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how to really go about to doing that shit. Like when
Yeah.
I,
Well,
you know,
especially how that happened. She died so suddenly. That was such a rough thing. You don't want to necessarily date right away.
yeah. I mean, when I was in Pennsylvania, it was more like, like oh, there's this person I met, boom, boom, boom. It's like every dating app I think I went on. Well, going back, the kid was telling me about a dating app, and I'm like, really? I'm like, my thing was like, you go to a bar, you go and hang out, you meet
Yeah.
somebody there, or you go to,
You go try to pick up a woman. She either is for it or she embarrasses you in front of the bar. That's how it
yeah,
goes.
like that, or you go to like a bowling alley, and then you're bowling or something, and you meet somebody, or everybody's saying, oh, you meet him at church, and I'm like, okay, you
Have
meet
you
him
ever
at
met
church.
somebody at church? Have you ever picked up a woman at church?
No, no, no. It's like, I mean, basically, there was like a person. I seen this one movie. It's called Tomcats, and there was a guy that was like, he's always trying to pick up a girl.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter where he's at. He was trying to be like on that plane of just
He's
trying to.
always looking.
Yeah. So then
Yeah.
he goes to this library for some fucking reason. I don't even know why. And he sees this like hot girl, but she is like the well mannered, like kind of like poofy dress kind of thing. Not the
Yeah.
tight dress,
It's a
but
little more prim and proper and
yeah, she has
like
glasses like you have glasses and everything else, and she had the hair down a little bit, but she was more like looked like a book kind of like person.
yeah. This
And
is
he,
your stereotypical good girl.
yeah, that's what he kind of figured. Like, oh,
Right.
okay, So he gets his book. He goes, well, I need to return this, and then she sees the book, and I forgot. I don't know if it's the Scarlet Letter, I think it was, or something. I don't know what it was, but then all of a sudden she was enticed about it, and then it's like, oh, you know, why don't we just hang out and talk about the book, and they talk about the
Book
book.
that he hasn't read.
Yeah, that book that he hasn't read, and he just picked it up and like that, and you're like, oh, okay. So then they go to her house, and she has like the prim and proper picket fence, the White House, the whole
Mhm.
thing. She get in there, and all of a sudden, next
It's
thing you
the
know,
girl
they're
next door.
yeah, they're kissing, they're making out, and laying in bed, and it's like, oh, I feel so ashamed, blah blah blah. I'm like, let me go and and just wear something comfortable and all that. So
Can I
then,
tell you how much I love this voice that you do? Like your woman voice is so fucking ridiculous.
I'm trying, I'm
Please,
trying.
no, please continue. I'm loving
so,
it.
so I watch a lot of comedy, so that's
Okay.
where I try to get it from. So
Oh,
then all of a sudden she's like, oh,
comfortable.
no, I'm so sorry. Like, and then she's like, oh, here, just lay here. And all of a sudden she grabs these, like a bear, like a stuffed teddy bear. But then it's like basically handcuffs disguised as a teddy bear. And you,
Okay.
and you hear it going, you know.
Right.
And then all of a sudden he goes, oh, what the hell is this shit?
Yeah. She
So
was
it's
like,
like,
I'm officially in over my head.
no, but he's like, all right, I like a little kinkiness or whatever. But
Yeah.
then it
Yeah.
turned out that she's like, well, we're gonna have some fun. And there's like the leather bustier. There's like the whole skin tight outfit. She presses a button. The back of the wall revolves around, and there's all these paddles and whips.
Oh
You
shit.
know, the bed rises up like the oh, what the fuck is it? The bedpost, like the rails,
Okay.
rises up. The bed disappears, and he's on
He's
there
just
like a
hanging
cross.
He's hanging on
Yeah,
it.
he's on there naked from the head, waist down. And she goes, "There's something missing." It's like, oh, we forgot about Grandma. And all of a sudden here comes Grandma with the ball gag,
A
and
ball gag in her mouth. I knew you were gonna say
yeah,
that.
and like the whole thing. She goes, "Come on, Sonny, let's go." I'm
No,
like,
really. So I mean, that's cool. If that's your kink and you're real weird into some shit like that, more power to you. But you do not go balls to the wall on the first date like that.
no,
Like
I know. It's just like
like
I was like,
ease somebody into that. Like you start out more normal, smack my ass, say some things, and then we'll amp it up next time.
yeah,
You don't
you
go
know,
from zero to ball gag. That's too much.
it's like it's like a friend of mine. We called it when I went to high school with this girl. We just met, reconnected somewhat, like friends wise. After I moved back, they're like,
Sure.
oh, we should go. We should all go down to this like, burger joint or something, and I forgot what it's called, but it was like some kind of burger joint that was like a new thing. And I went there, and I'm like, it's just a basic burger joint, and it's the only
Yeah,
thing that,
nothing special.
yeah, it was just like the only thing that they give you is like these fucking big ass fucking thing of peanuts, that come with the burger and the fries. I'm like, that's the only thing that's big about it. I'm like,
And why do you want peanuts though? Honestly.
I don't know.
Well, there's a place at Texas Roadhouse or something does that where it's like you can eat your peanuts and throw the shells on the floor. But it's like, why
No,
would I
it
do
was
that though?
like a little burger joint that you go on like a strip of like road or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, I mean, oh, how's the burger? I'm like, it's an actual fucking burger. There's nothing really big about it.
Burger's
Anyway.
fine. Peanuts are great though. Thanks.
Yeah, peanuts are great. I'm like, cool. Now I'm at the fucking circus. Okay, cool. But but then I would go, would go back to my place. I was living with my parents at the time because I didn't have enough money to get a place of my own when I moved back because I wasn't thinking straight.
Sure.
And so then, my friend that we were just hanging out. She calls me out of the blue, and she's like, "Hey, what are you doing now?" This is like maybe 2 days after. I'm like, oh, I'm just sitting at home. It's like, you want to get coffee at Dunkin' Donuts? I'm like, okay. So we hang out and this and that, and having a good time. We're talking about different shit and everything else. And she's like, you know what? Do you want to go out? And I'm like,
He asked you
yeah,
out?
yeah. Well, yeah. She basically didn't really ask out, but she was like, do you think you want to be like she goes, I really don't want a relationship. Maybe we could do like a friends with benefits kind of thing and just hang out still and not have any attachments. And,
See, that's how they all pretend.
yeah.
There's always attachments. At least
But,
eventually there's always attachments.
but it was funny because like the whole thing, and even my friend, he was going through the same thing, and he known somebody at work, and they were doing them friends with benefits kind of thing, and then I guess that's what happened over here. And then I was like, all right, so we'll meet up at like some kind of motel, and like if
Why
I would
can't
go.
you motel? Why can't you stay at one of your guys' houses?
No, it was like because she was living with her mom and her brother at the time, and I was
You
with my
were
mom
living
and
with your
dad at
parents.
the
Gotcha.
time, so it'd be kind of weird. And then she turned around and it's like, well, there's like because there was a motel that was like around the corner from where the Dunkin' Donuts is.
Okay.
So we would go like if one person like, hey, let's go to our spot, and I'm
And that was
like,
this
all right.
motel.
So if we go like somebody goes there, if they're there before that, then we get like the coffees for each other or whatever, and then we'll get the room, and then we'll just text and say, all right, this is the room number,
Yeah.
and then just
I've never done that. I've never done a motel meetup ever.
it was pretty good. It's like I mean I liked it. Like it was good. We could, and then all of a sudden she's like, well, what's your fantasy? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I've always, and then for some reason, it popped in my head, and I always liked this, but nobody would ever, I didn't even think about asking anybody to do this. And I was like, well, I do like when they wear, like, stockings and the garter belts.
Okay.
That was like, especially when you wear, like, the shorts, not the shorts, but I mean, like, the short skirts kind of thing, but you
Short
can
skirt with
see it a little bit.
stockings. Yeah.
Yeah, with the slit up the side, and you can pretty much see it, and it's like, that was sexy to me. So I'm like, but then I said that to her, and then she's like, she'll text and like, oh, let's go to our spot. And I'm like, oh, okay. And it was like every other day that we'll go there.
Every other day?
Like, well, like maybe 2 days out of the week, and then it depends on what mood we're in.
Yeah.
And then, like on the weekend, definitely we'll go there. Yeah. So I get there, and
Sounds
then
expensive.
huh?
It sounds expensive. You guys should have just gotten an apartment at some point.
No, I know, but at that point, I think the motel thing back then, I think it was like maybe $50. I think for
Oh, okay.
like
So
an
that's not
hour,
cheap.
a few hours or whatever, and that was it. So get there, and she's like, "Oh, this is the room." And I'm like, "Okay," I get over there, and I walk in, and I don't see her, and she's behind the door, and she's wearing
Wearing
the
the
outfit.
outfit.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
outfit. I'm like, okay.
Dream come true kind of moment, huh?
Yeah, so I was like, oh, okay, but then I was on the dating apps and all that, and then I met this one girl before, and I went on a date, and but then my friend would go and still do the friends with benefits. It depends if that girl that I was going out with was going to be serious, and then she'll stop.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if you're not sure where something is going, it's nice to have kind of a friends with benefit on the side or someone that you know you're going to have good regular sex with.
Yeah, yeah, because she was like, and even she was going out with somebody, and I think he was in the army or something, and deployment or something, and then she would come over, and then she's like, I was just hanging out with my boyfriend, and now I'm here, like,
So
you
how
know.
did it end, though? How did it end? Which one of you caught feelings?
Well, she did actually.
You
So
did, and you were
well,
like, sorry.
I did in the beginning. I did in the beginning, but then she didn't want to because of what my relationship was before, where my wife got sick and whatever. But then my uh,
She worried it was going to be like a rebound thing or something.
well, no, she thought because she had lupus as well, so she didn't want me to be in the same predicament as I was when my wife had gotten sick. So she is sick as well, but she has lupus, so
Right.
she doesn't know how that's going to transcend afterwards. So I'm like, yeah, but that hasn't done anything. I mean, that should be my decision if I want to or not. I'm like, well, anyway, so
Well,
that was that.
it could have been an excuse too. You know what I mean? Like you never really know when someone's being completely genuine with you. But
But
then,
then,
but then she caught feelings, and you were over
yeah,
it.
it was she because I went with the one girl and one thing happened or and then we had sex. But then I figured I'd come back and then see her,
Mhm.
and then she's like, I'm falling for you and all that, and all of a sudden she goes, "Did you have sex with her?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but it
Oh,
doesn't
wait,
really
wait, wait,
matter."
wait. That wasn't like you didn't have sex in the afternoon and then go see your friends with
No,
benefits,
no, it was
right?
like the next day.
The next day, and you're like,
Yeah,
yeah, I had sex with her yesterday.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
see, that's when people have a problem with it because they realize they don't want to share you with somebody else.
yeah. So then that was that, and I was like, all right, whatever. So then things happened, and then I just went and did the dating app here and there.
But she was upset that you had sex with another girl.
No, no, it wasn't even that. It's just that she thought that I wouldn't have like had sex like that quickly. She thought it was gonna be whatever. I'm like, I don't know. I figured I said I'm like I'm like a guy. I'm not saying it because I'm a guy, but I'm just saying it's like a guy thing, I guess. Just it's there. I guess I don't know.
Ah.
I don't want to make it look like I'm like an asshole about it, but
Well, if you say if it's there, it's there. That makes you an asshole a little
No,
bit.
I know, but that was like back then. Nowadays, I think about it. I'm like, man, I shouldn't have done it that way. I could if I can go
I mean,
back and
at least
change it.
you grew up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I was young and I've lost somebody. I was just feeling my oats back and forth. So
I get that definitely. I mean, like, especially after a bad breakup, sometimes you do go out and you get like a. I mean, I know this wasn't a breakup for you, and I'm
yeah,
not trying to act like it was, but when you're dealing with the pain of losing somebody,
yeah,
I feel like however you have to get through that, that's your business.
yeah. It was just like
And
I
why
don't know.
not be having really good sex with somebody? I mean, I don't think there's anything fucking
No,
wrong
but
with that.
that was it was good. I was like, wow, to the point where she started texting me when I was at work and all that. And then she's working, and she goes, I don't know why, but I know we said that we're not gonna do this like a lot, but it's like, can we do this later on tonight?
Right.
Like, and it's like because I did like a certain thing, and she kind of liked that certain thing, and she wasn't really into that certain thing, but so.
So what's the certain thing? You're not going to tell us?
Okay. Well, basically, I had like my finger in, you know. So, I'm not saying I'm like
That did it for her?
huh?
That did it for her?
That because she never really had it done, and then she really
Yeah.
wanted to try it, and she goes, yeah, but when you do it like that, that makes you come harder, and I'm like, all right, maybe we could try it, but
It's the thing. There's a lot to be said about being sexually compatible with somebody. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like that's a big difference.
But there
And
was
that's
times when I was
people
like,
stay in relationships that they shouldn't be in just because the sex is good?
yeah. No, but I mean, as it is like my current girlfriend, we always, we're great compatible, and we do a lot of stuff together. So it's like we're living together. We're gonna get a house soon.
That's
So
awesome. Congrats. I'll
yeah,
tell you, I've never lived with a man. I don't even know that I could. I don't know that I could really. Okay, so that's not true. I did, but we were just friends,
yeah,
and it almost destroyed our friendship. But like we weren't friends for a couple years after the fact. But yeah, no, never live with a man.
yeah. I mean, I tried. We called we at first we were like, we were just hanging out. Then I would stay on the weekend, and then here and there, like every weekend I would stay.
Right.
And then she's like,
And then
well,
one day you just stopped leaving.
yeah, when I was on, she's like, oh, well, why don't you just like move in? You're staying here every weekend. You might as well just stay here,
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's true, because I was living pretty much in the next town over, so all I had to do was like move my shit in and put it like in a garage that we have, and so it was all good.
And
So
here you are. It's a
yeah,
beautiful fucking thing.
and then she's it's like, and then I heard about podcasting, and then I'm like, I want to do this thing like podcasting, and
How long have you been podcasting?
two years now, maybe going
Oh
on three.
shit.
So I did it like when I think before I think well no I think when COVID thing started, I guess, because I
Yeah, that's
wanted
when a
to.
lot of people started because you had so
Yeah,
much
but
more time on your hands.
it's not like everybody else like stopped like going to work. They were working at home and all that. I had no luxury of that, so I was working at a place where I was like essential. Not a nurse,
You
but
had to go in. Yeah.
I had like, because we were dealing with vitamins and everything else, so we were the ones that were making vitamins for everybody, and we still had to keep on going, so we were going through the whole thing while everybody else is sitting either at home or, getting, contagion and everything else.
Yeah, getting sick and stuck somewhere.
And yeah, it was just like, so, knock on wood, we haven't, most of us haven't gotten sick, but then they were just like, oh, there was an incident over here and this and that. And
No
so
one
I've
at your
been,
work has had COVID?
hmm?
No one at your work has had COVID? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, some people at work got COVID and some, because they just caught it like really fast and they didn't like go into the building, so it wasn't like
Yeah.
spread. So it was pretty much a good, yeah, it was a good work experience, but then I moved to a different building and everything was fine, but we're still doing the whole mask thing. And then now, Everything was.
I'm so glad we don't have to fucking do that anymore.
Oh, I know. Yeah, because I wouldn't be able to get this beard the way it is now.
Right. Yeah, I know it's so stylish.
Because I'm like, I used to have it like down to here, so it was like really long. To
Oh
the
yeah,
point where
like
I
a
could,
wizard type beard.
huh?
Like a wizard beard.
Yeah, somewhat. It was like the goatee, and it came down to here. It was
Yeah.
like a bikerish kind of looking thing, and I had it nice and stylish, where it's like flowy, and also now you had to cut it because you had to fit into the fucking
Oh,
mask.
into the mask. That sucks.
So then I'm like, all right. So I kept on trimming it down because every time I had it like this, I put the mask on and it just looked wavy.
Yeah.
I fucking hated it when it was wavy, and it was just like
Didn't style it the way you wanted to anymore.
yeah, it's just like now I had to get the gel, and I finally get the gel stuff now, and I got it before, and I started putting the gel stuff, so it's a little stylish a little bit here and there. So and then I had a bald head, and then now I'm just doing a mohawk thing,
You got a whole look going for you. This is
yeah.
my camping all weekend look, so I hope you enjoy it.
Oh no, believe me, I seen that camping look like all the time. I'm like, I'm like, what? I'm
Yeah,
not
I got home, went to the bathroom, let my dogs out, and got my like food out of my car. But the rest of my car is still packed in my driveway.
I know you're still out there going like, when you can let us back out? Come on.
No, it's cool. I'm like, it's still light outside. It's fine.
I know
got
mine
plenty of
mine
time.
is still it's like a little light and all that, so it's gonna be getting dark around by 9 probably.
I love that it stays light so late now. That like makes that's the best thing about summer.
Oh yeah, no, I love it. I mean, if I don't see that, I'm like,
My hair will not look good, but at least it's light until 9 o'clock at night.
and then all of a sudden now we call it like when you see it, it's gonna turn like dark around like 5, and you're like, oh, fucking winter's coming.
Yeah, no, we're not talking about that yet. We're still right in the middle of summer.
I know.
Yeah.
So, but we are getting to the end of the podcast because it's been like almost 2 hours.
Is it really?
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you talk like a whole bunch of different stuff. It's like
I'm a rambler. If you've listened to my podcast, you know that I'm a rambler.
yeah, it's like we know each other from somewhere. It's
Right.
just like that's how I feel like we know each other from somewhere, even though
Oh
you're.
yeah, you feel that connection with me?
Yeah, it's like you're from a different state, but I know I've seen you somewhere on Long Island or something, and it just
Right.
has like that feeling.
That's where you're from, is Long Island?
Yeah.
You know, there's a chance I'm coming to Long Island in like the next couple weeks.
Hey, let me know.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, we just like we'll hang out and have coffee or whatever, and just
I
bullshit.
so if this happens, I will be road tripping from St. Louis to New York, and then I'm going to fly home like the next day.
Oh, okay.
I'm going along with my niece, so I'll be driving up for 2 days and then flying back home.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, just let me know.
I'll let you know. Yeah, you can
And
buy
then
me
we'll do the picture. They're like, hey, look, we just met. And then so tell everybody where they can find you at.
Okay, so Dick Tales Podcast is on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Good Pods, everywhere you can find a podcast, we are there. I'm 99% sure. You can also follow us on Twitter at Dick Tales Podcast, on Instagram at Dick Tales Pod, and on Snapchat, it's Dick Tales 2021. If you want to submit anything for Ask Dick Tales, or you want to submit a confession, which is a new thing we're doing, you can call or send us something and confess to some horrible dating secret. We want to hear it. Hit me up on Snapchat specifically, because you can send it anonymously if you don't want to sign your name to your dirty deeds.
Yeah, just put down Abraham Lincoln.
Right. No, it's completely anonymous. And I've had some really interesting questions. So please keep sending them. Dick Tales 2021 on Snapchat.
Can you say what questions are they talking about?
Say what? What are some of the questions?
Yeah, like name like one question. Yeah.
Okay, so you want to see something that I have that I'm going to actually put on one of my next episodes?
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about it. Should we answer it on your podcast instead of mine?
Yeah, because this one's gonna be out like probably in a month or something. So yeah.
Okay, so let's do some dating advice. Hang on one second. Okay, so first one, downstairs piercings, yay or nay?
Well, now is it talking about the piercing?
I'm saying that's asking two questions. That's asking, how do you feel about downstairs piercings for yourself and
Okay.
also for your lady?
So for me or for the other person though?
Both.
Okay.
And
So
do it with you first.
I wouldn't be able to do it myself downstairs because
I don't think I could either. I mean, I tend to enjoy a little bit of pain with my pleasure, but I feel like that would be too much for me. But it
I mean,
wouldn't bother me. It wouldn't bother me if he was pierced.
I had nipple pierce before,
Yeah.
and like one of them. So
Okay. So is it because it hurt so bad you couldn't do the second one?
no, I
'Cause I've
just
heard.
figured I only had enough money just to do one.
So
So
which one
that
was it, the left or the right?
it was the right,
Okay.
my right. So, and I had to take it out because for some, well, back then it wasn't like how it is now, where they have it down to a science.
Yeah.
And when I had it done, it was just more like a biker kind of thing. Like here you go, and that was it. They figured out your nipple is almost like a springy thing or something
Yeah,
that
they
comes
pull it
out.
out, right? Oh,
Yeah,
God.
and then all of a sudden, because I brought my friend Kathy, we call it, like moral support kind of thing, and all of a sudden the lady that did it, she looked at my friend Kathy like, "You're next," and she's like, "No, I'm not."
Nope, not doing that.
So but I had that done, but for anybody else, I mean, for the other side, because I went out with a girl.
If a girl is pierced, she has her hood pierced. Are you into it?
Yeah, I mean that I don't mind. We could, because like I said, I went out with this one girl and she had it pierced, and that's like the most erotic thing, on a person, I guess. From me, I guess. Because
Oh, so you're like here for it. Knowing a girl is pierced, you're super here for it.
yeah, I'm good. I'm good with that. We could, it's like myself. I don't know if I can be able to do it myself.
Yeah.
But I mean, if they
No,
have it done,
I don't either. And I mean, I've had bad luck with piercings. So I've had my lip, my nose, and then mostly just ears other than that.
yeah.
But they always kind of get like they always get infected. It always takes a long time for them to heal. And I'm not trying to deal with anything like that downstairs. Like I don't need that any kind of infection whatsoever. It's not happening.
I mean, honestly, if it makes the member bigger and all that, that's the side effect. I don't care. That's fine.
You're like, you know what? Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll go.
I'm just going to see what happens. It's almost like that Bill Clinton thing. I bang against the post.
Right. No.
Yeah.
But so we get a lot of questions like that. We get a lot of questions of like, would you do this? Do you do this? My boyfriend's cheating on me. What should I do? It's all over the place. But I actually really like it.
I mean, I don't know if I could be able to, like, the whole cheating thing, because I'm not one of a cheater as it is. It's more like I'm like a one person.
Yeah.
So it's like the
It's
person
a lot of work. It's hard to maintain two relationships to any degree. You know what I mean? So if you're trying to give it your all to your relationship, how are you going to go out and get something else on the side? You're not going to be able to.
Yeah, because I know, like, some of these guys talking about, like, side chicks and this and that. I'm like, yeah, but how, what you doing this mostly with your girlfriend, then you have time to go out somewhere else and do something with somebody else. I'm like,
because they're not giving their girlfriend the attention that she deserves.
No.
And honestly, how do you keep their story straight? That's how I feel. Like it's not been a cheating situation, but I've definitely been in a situation where I've been dating a couple guys at a time or like talking to a couple different guys when it's not exclusive and you don't know what's going on yet.
Yeah.
And sometimes I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. Like I'm hoping that I'm remembering this conversation right. Like you're talking to too many different people. Or I had a guy's named Matt in my phone. I'm like, I don't know which one this is.
I know I got like different names on it. I'm like, what the hell is this?
What the fuck is this? But yeah. So that's Dick Tales. We are available on all social media and everywhere you can listen to a podcast. So please check us out.
Yeah, and what's funny about it, we could, because I said to my girlfriend, I'm like, so I'm, got this podcast and it's called Dick Tales. And she goes, interesting. I'm like, yeah, but here's another interesting thing. We call it on Friday coming up. I got another podcast I'm going to talk to. It's called Porn Stash. She goes, there's a theme.
Yeah, look, I'm seeing a theme here. Well, obviously we know what your interests are too, because you're the one scheduling these appearances.
Oh, I schedule anybody that wants to be able to, that's going to be on there, and I just put it down there, and I'm like, hey, the name they thought of.
Right.
So I put it out there like I do on Twitter. I go out there and I go, listen, anybody that wants to be on the podcast, go and DM me, and.
So can I ask, when did you say this episode will air? Did you say it's going to be out?
Probably because I got I got a stockpile of other ones from way before, from February.
Oh wow!
So I'm trying to double up. I'm trying to double it, each week. I'm trying to put 2 episodes maybe 3 episodes. That way I can get them out of the way
You already have
and
them.
reach down to, like here quicker. But it might be like a month, maybe.
Well, so I don't know if this will air before this happens or not then. Probably not.
Right.
But I will tell you, Colin from Trash Panda Podcast,
Yeah.
we are actually doing a bit together on Friday. We are going to handcuff to each other for 24 hours. So that starts this Friday night at 8:00. We're going to be live streaming it. Not the whole time because that would be insane. It is already insane, but we're going to be live streaming it. We'll be tweeting about it, and we will both be talking about it on our respective podcasts. So check us out.
So when this comes out, folks, if it's like a month from now, think of Back to the Future. So, time travel from the beginning, you'll find out that they've been handcuffed, to Colin, for...
We'll give you the episode title so you can throw it in the comments after the fact.
Yeah, okay. So then, what is the title anyway? Do you know what the title of it anyway?
You don't have a title? No, I typically, with my own podcast, it's usually something that's said while we're recording or something.
Yeah.
So
all right.
We don't have a title at this point. We just know it's going to be a shit show. And I told him, hopefully we're still friends when all is said and done. We really don't know.
Shit show. That's the name of it.
For a July episode of Dick Tales to find out how the handcuffs experiment went and if we are still friends.
So this is going to be like the weekend of 4th of July.
Yes, the Friday night.
And wait, where is this going to be on? You're going to stream it where?
So we're gonna post videos of it. Like he'll probably post it on, I don't know if it'll be on his Patreon or his website, but sorry, my dog's going crazy. Hang on one second.
So, folks, she just went to go and see the dog. She's back.
She's back. I had to go save my neighbor. My dog's trying to attack my neighbor. Through the window, not outside, but he's a lunatic.
It's like, what are you doing?
We'll be posting about it. I'll give him a shout out too. It's follow me, Dick Tales Podcast, and also follow my buddy Colin at Trash Panda Podcast to hear about our handcuff excursion. 24 hours handcuffed to somebody. Do you think you did it?
Yeah, we caught it. And for folks that saw me like while you went away, we caught it. I was like, like that. I'm like, I had a little video thing going on the side over here. So it's like a wrestling match, that just.
You're watching wrestling right now?
Well, no, I'm not watching it, but we caught it just going on in the background. So then I just saw somebody go through a chair and a whole bunch of things. And it was just like, oh my God, look what happened there.
Hey, this is your podcast. If you can't give it your undivided attention, how can you expect anybody else to?
No, I know. We call it. I do. It's just like, no, I put it on while you went to go and see the thing. So I was like, all right, let me go check this out. And I'm like,
I don't know how long this bitch is going to be gone.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden I just turned it off by the time when you came back. I'm like, oh, man, she's back.
First timing.
Yeah, no, I mean, we could. I always keep eyes on everything, so just to make sure, but.
Aware of your surroundings. I got you.
Yeah, I know. It's like I don't have that lazy eye going like, he's over here or is he over here? I don't know, Not to say I'm making fun of people with lazy eyes or anything, but,
Better not. They're going to come after you. It's going to be a whole cancel movement.
Yeah, no, they're going to come after me like, every kind of church and every.
Maybe you should do like an official apology.
I'm so sorry that I made fun of. I'm so sorry that I made fun of people with lazy eyes. I'm so sorry.
You guys heard it here first.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing, Dre.
No problem. And then I'll go and make sure I don't post anything stupid. So, but but as it is, like she said, we follow them everywhere on every kind of platform there is, and also you can follow me at. You just go to Linktree. Go to linktr.ee/Tattoo Squid Podcast. That's TA2SQUID podcast, all one word, and you get everything in there. And go to the shop and buy multitudes of merch. And
buy all of the merch.
Yeah, including the shower curtains. So
is this stuff that you've designed?
They had it on there, and I just put my. I got 5 different pictures
Okay.
And I had a friend of mine. He sized it up. Actually, there was a guy Josh from Four Nerds by Nerds, and he sized up most of my pictures. And thank you, Josh, for sizing them
Thank
up.
you,
And
Josh. You rock.
yeah, he sized them up, and he's like, "Oh, I'll get this for you, no problem." And then I put it on there, and I think I did one by myself, and I think it came out all right. So it's on there, and it's all good. And so you got a picture that could be. Wait a minute, hold on, really fast. We'll get to. I'll show you certain pictures.
Okay.
So there's one that has this.
Funny. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you scroll up? I can only see your face is cut off here.
Well, no, that's how the big the thing is. So
Oh,
that's behind me.
Like the top of his head.
Yeah, there's a voodoo hat on top of his head. So.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And then you got my logo,
Nice. Love it.
and then there's this logo.
That one's fun. You guys, you need to go buy this merch. It's good
Yeah.
quality stuff.
And then no, because I put like there's
You're
shirts,
podcaster.
sweatshirts. Yeah, there's like shirts, sweatshirts, tank tops, skateboards, mugs, stickers, magnets,
Damn, you
masks.
guys all. I'm starting out with stickers. I'm starting out small and hoping to expand down the road.
Well, you should send your address, and I'll send you some of my stickers, and then you
Will
send your,
do. Okay, got it. We'll do
and
a
then
trade.
and then there is a shower curtain that has like the 5 different ones, like the ones I just showed you. This one, we call it. So there is that face one is on a shower curtain. So, but there is no video cameras on the shower curtains.
Yeah, do you swear?
I swear. I don't know.
I wasn't worried about it until you mentioned it, and now I'm a little bit worried.
I don't know if Threadless is doing anything like that, but I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh.
Inspect your shower curtains. Buy the merch, but inspect your shower curtains just
Yeah,
in case.
inspect it just in case. Yeah. So but then imagine the person just like behind you going like, oh, what's going on? No, but no, but it'll be fun. And if you ever get the shower curtain, folks, take a picture of it. Tag me on Twitter or Instagram. Go to tattoosquid.podcast and just post it and tag me, so I know that it's out there. Somebody got it, because I am definitely. And I found out from my girlfriend that when we get a shower, I can get one of the shower curtains. I'm like,
Nice.
alrighty, which one? And she goes, the one. Well, she got a mug that has the that has the squid that's in a swamp kind of thing.
Okay.
I don't think you've seen it on the. I don't think I
No, I
have.
like the logo you have behind you though, with the purple.
Yeah. This one I made myself actually. So
Nice.
I went and used like some kind of app, and actually, folks, it's backwards. So because we're using a backward, it's a backward zoom. The mirror zoom you have to do.
Okay, it looks right on my end.
Yeah, I mean for that, but like to me when I'm looking at it, it's backwards.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, so like this T is supposed to be like over here, and the A is over there, and the 2 is supposed to, So it's it's good. I'd made another one where it's like a squid, and there's like my eyeballs are underneath the squid, like in the swamp and all that. So it's like really dark kind of thing. So my girlfriend's got the latte mug, and that's all pretty much. That was it. So, but
That's
there's a lot more shit on there. So. And then check out TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. We call it, but I'm not on Facebook because somebody hacked my shit, so I'm not going to go back on.
Facebook sucks anyway. I don't even have a personal Facebook anymore.
No, I mean I was trying to do like my Tattoo Squid podcast on there, but then all of a sudden after I see something going on, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm like just delete the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
And that was it. But then I still see it going on, like, oh, this one messaged this one. I'm like, okay, whatever. So that was it. But it's more family. I mean, now they can just like call me up. So
That's how I feel. You guys have my phone number. Hit me up. We'll talk.
yeah, I mean, like when I was in Pennsylvania, that's where it was like the more interjecting Facebook, where you don't see anybody, but you can still conversate on.
Yeah, you still the highlights of their life, basically, but that's all
Right.
it is highlights. You're not really, you don't really know what's going on with someone just because you're Facebook friends.
Well, no, not even that. It's like from people when I went to high school with,
Mm-hmm.
and they were doing like some kind of reunion thing at a bar, and I would make up this reunion thing at one point, and then I got a hold of everybody because of Facebook.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
awesome.
so that's why I was glad
That
about
way.
that. But now it's like I could probably pretty much do that on Instagram if I wanted to.
Yeah, definitely.
So it was it. So folks, that is it because I had to get my shit together and maybe go to work. I don't know. I'm thinking about
Well,
not
good
going.
luck. Sorry I kept you late.
No, it's all right. I'm gonna think. Well, no, I'm not saying that because I'm just thinking of not going into work. I don't know. I gotta tell that to my girlfriend. She's probably not gonna be happy about it.
Right.
But I said to her we could that you know I was gonna do the 4 hours overtime, but I'm like I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. So anyway,
And
folks,
it's Sunday. Who doesn't want a Sunday night off? I know I do.
I know. I think I just need to have like one Sunday. I think they would say, okay, no problem. He's gonna have a Sunday off. Eh,
I mean,
no
if
problem.
you didn't ask for it, but you have my stamp of approval. I say
Well,
call
thank
off
you.
work. You're not working tonight.
I know my fellow camping extraordinaire. Yeah. so,
Exactly.
so what is your like? So that way, when you do, if you do come to visit, when you do,
Yeah.
what is like the? Do you like coffee? Do you?
Oh yeah. I mean, I need coffee to survive. Like
Okay.
coffee keeps me alive and functioning.
All right. Yeah. So we'll do that, and whatever, how many times, how long you have, then we'll just like.
If it happens, I'm probably only going to be in New York for like 24 hours. It'll be a
Yeah.
very, very
Oh, that's what I meant. I
small.
mean, like, we'll do like 2 hours to just hang out and go somewhere and
Yeah.
just hang out, and that's it. And that was it.
Just
yeah.
hang out, and that's fine. Hell yeah, I'll
Yeah.
let you know, man. I'll let you know.
Alrighty. So,
All
folks,
right.
follow Dick Tales, follow Tattoo Squid, and that was it. So, usually I go and talk to people, talk to you like afterwards, but I know I got to get my shit together. So,
Yeah, no worries. Uh,
alrighty.
Thanks for having me on. This was fun.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Do it again if you want. You got like time in July. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
know
we'll set
we,
something up.
I know we called, kept on mixing it, time schedules and everything else, but
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm really shitty trying to be better about it. So
it's all right. We called.
hopefully the
I've
fact
done
that
that
I
to me many
know
times.
matters a little bit. Like at least I'm self-aware. I'm trying to actually be better about it. So
Yeah, I mean, I had that like a couple of times, and even I done that myself, where I'm like, oh my god, I put it on this date and I can't really do it, and I'm like,
yeah.
and something came up myself, I'm like, ah, shit, yeah. So it does happen. So,
Hey, but it all worked out, right?
oh yeah,
You
definitely, yeah.
I didn't know. I was like, this guy, I don't even know this guy. He might start yelling at me as soon as I get on and be like, this bitch
Ah.
made me wait an hour and 15 minutes when all of a
It's
sudden.
like I think I had one person. Um, he came on, and then actually no, it was like last week. I think it was. There was a guy. He he was going to go on like 1 week, and his Wi-Fi was not going, and she's giving me the finger, folks, and
No, sorry.
she's like, "Oh, you fuck
No itchy
you."
eyes, I promise.
She's doing it
I
again.
was using the middle finger, but I would have just disconnected. Like, you know what? I'm done with the story.
Yeah.
The end.
No, but we called the guy. He had like a bad Wi-Fi connection and he couldn't even get on, and it was like the day of
Oh yeah, that
recording.
sucks.
So
That
I'm
sucks.
like, that's fine. We can do it for another day. And then we did another, like the following week, and then he, we call it, still couldn't get on for the last like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, I'm like, oh, we'll just hang out and see what happens. I'm looking at my phone, and then all of a sudden the thing popped up like on the side. And
Mhm.
I'm like, hey, there you go. Now he couldn't get the audio to fucking go. He couldn't get this to go.
Oh shit.
It
What a
was
pain
it
in
was
the ass.
it was a mishap. But we called afterwards. We talked about a whole bunch of different shit, and it made up for the whole thing. So
So yours is the first podcast I've ever been on other than my own. So I hope you feel very special.
there you go. Yes, very
And
first one.
I
Thank you.
have somebody, so I've had a couple guests, but all of my guests have been in person. Tomorrow I'm actually recording with somebody else and they are going to be on Zoom. So I did a whole test last week of like, I don't even know how to do a Zoom podcast. I'm not sure if I know what I'm doing, but it worked out. So
Yeah, and especially if you're sending the Zoom thing out, it's basically you just send it out there. They do like what you just did, basically. You just click on it,
yeah,
and then it would you know define itself at some point. So
fingers
unless you,
crossed. The test run went okay. So let's hope the rest of it does.
yeah, you just yours just get the email and you just send the email and they click on it and then that's it, and then you have yours set up on your side. You should be golden. Golden, the golden dicktails.
Golden Dicktails.
Not
That's
golden.
Dicktails 2.0 coming next season.
Yeah, no golden showers. No golden showers.
Definitely no golden showers.
Yeah.
Not on the show.
Yeah,
Keep that on your own show.
That's not my show either. I just heard about it. I'm a good Christian boy. I'm not Christian, but anyway.
You're a good little Christian boy.
No,
Talking
I'm not
all
Christian.
gags.
I'm a Catholic boy, but we call it, they say still
I'm a
not.
fake Catholic too. I'm a fake Catholic too, but it doesn't count. So
Yeah. It is what it is. I don't even go to church. I don't go. I never even got married in church. We got married like outside.
That's what I would do. I would do a beach wedding or something.
Yeah. But we did like in the middle of like an arboretum, they call it. So.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
like
yeah.
a flower arboretum kind of thing, and
Yeah.
50 people, chairs, a judge, or what do they call them? Not a judge, justice of the peace.
Justice of the peace. Yeah, I think I would do something like that. I'd have one of my friends marry me.
Yeah.
I don't even. This is bullshit. I'm never getting married, so it doesn't matter. But if I did, I would have like my little brother or
He's
one
gonna
of my
be single until she's 80.
Not single. Definitely, hopefully not single, but definitely not married either.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. So when you're single, you're still together, but you're not gonna be married.
Right.
So, to me, married is like not single. But when you're not married, you're single. So that's how I see it. So.
Well, what I'm saying, I'm talking about actual marriage. Like for me, like to do the vows, have a wedding. I don't necessarily see that in my future.
Yeah. Okay.
But commitment, 100%.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, there we go. There's that word. Do the commitment. Like, certain people like commitment.
Oh yeah, that used to be me. I was a runner for sure. I know that feeling. That looks real familiar to me.
It's like, no, gotta go. Where are you? I'm hiding in my
bathroom. I feel like a car full of shit, so I should take off.
Yeah, I know. Okay, let me get going.
All right.
All right, folks.
I appreciate it.
No problem. All right, catch Dicktails in a theater near you. Anyway, so
Here's hoping.
and zooming.
Yeah.
All right, folks, take it easy.
All right, bye.
All right.